Welcome back. Here with us on Bazaar Morning Call, and we are here with the CNBC TV18 list of top stocks to watch, and there are plenty of names which could be in focus today. Our team is standing by. Guys, good morning and happy Monday to all of you. So Darshan, let's start with you. You've been pouring through all those auto sales numbers that came out over the weekend. So what are the highlights?
Morning, Survi. So, as expected, passenger vehicle sales have done relatively better and have done better than commercial vehicle segments. So, we'll start with Maruti. Total sales have come in line with estimates at 1.82 lakh units, and it was down 4% year-on-year, but was up 1% month-on-month. Talking about the positives for Maruti, utility vehicle segments have seen improvement both year-on-year and on a sequential basis, that is month-on-month. Utility vehicle sales were up 7% year-on-year and up 11% month-on-month. Talk about negatives. Compact segment is the segment which remains under pressure, and sales were down 20% year-on-year and down 1% month-on-month. Coming to Tata Motors, sales have missed estimates, majorly dragged by commercial vehicle segment. Total sales were down 8% year-on-year, but were flat month-on-month. Talk about specifically about commercial vehicles, except passenger carrier, all the segments have seen a drop year-on-year, with heavy commercial vehicle sales falling 21% and SCV cargo and pickup sales falling 23% year-on-year. Talking about passenger vehicles, total sales see a minor drop of 3%, while EV sales were down 5% year-on-year, but up 18% month-on-month.
All right, Sud, thanks for that. But two-wheeler numbers as well, you want to shine the spotlight there?
That's correct. So, we'll start with TVS Motor. TVS Motor has reported a strong set of monthly sales, except three-wheeler. All segments here have reported a growth, with most of the segments reporting double-digit growth. Talking about the positives for TVS Motor, two-wheeler segment, which is motorcycle and scooter, have seen a double-digit growth year-on-year, except export sales are back to 1 lakh units, that is highest in almost a year. Talking about the negatives, three-wheeler segment sales have dropped both year-on-year and month-on-month. Coming to Hero Moto, like TVS, again, this also reported sales almost in line or slightly higher than estimates, with motorcycle segment doing relatively better than other segments, and also Vida EV has crossed 6,000 units of sales against 5,000 that company has done last month, and total sales were up 5% year-on-year and 38% month-on-month. Even outlook by the company is positive. Company says August sales were marginally impacted by supply shortages that will be made up in September, and going ahead, growth will be led by faster recovery expected in rural segment, growth in 125cc segment, and new launch in the scooters. Coming to Eicher Motors, company has reported sales which is in line to muted expectations. Total sales were down 5% year-on-year, but up 10% month-on-month. Motorcycle segment, that is up to 350cc, which is the highest contribution, which contributes the highest to Royal Enfield. Total sales were up 1% year-on-year and down 1% month-on-month. 350cc that I was saying, it remains under pressure. Also, company has launched a new bike, that is 2024 Royal Enfield Classic 350 in India, starting at a price of ₹2 lakh.
Okay, all right. Sudarshan, thanks a lot for that. Well, let's focus on the big deal that was announced. Nimesh gave us a sneak peek into it on D Street Chatter, and that was announced. Gujarat Gas and GSPL both in focus. Nimesh, tell us more.
Hi, Nigel. So as you rightly said, it's a complex merger which has been announced over the weekend between the Gujarat-based gas companies. So essentially, the idea is to unlock value in GSPL for the shareholders and also simplify the holding structure. It's a three-step move that they've announced. First, GSPC will be merged into Gujarat Gas. The ratio is 10 shares of Gujarat Gas for 305 shares of GSPC, which is unlisted. Second step, GSPL will be merged into Gujarat Gas. The ratio there is 10 shares of Gujarat Gas for 13 shares of GSPL. And finally, GTL, which will be the trading business, will be demerged and listed separately. There, the ratio is 1 share of GTL for 3 shares of Gujarat Gas. So it's a three-step move that they have announced. Now, what are the analysts saying? For GSPL, after the big up move in the last few days, and the merger ratio, the upside limited is just 5% as per the Jefferies note. So you might say a bit of profit booking in GSPL today. But for Gujarat Gas, there are some upgrades as well. So Equirus has today upgraded the stock to add now. They've raised the target price to 667, and they believe that the merger is well thought and will be EPS accretive. Similarly, Antique has also raised the target price on Gujarat Gas to 726 now, and they believe that the merger will be EPS accretive from day one itself. However, someone like Jefferies still has an underperform rating, but even there they've raised the target price on Gujarat Gas post-merger to close to 513. So I guess today you might say a bit of profit booking, but largely it's been done to simplify the entire holding structure as well as unlock value in GSPL.
Got that, Nimesh. Thank you very much. And Nimesh, of course, has been telling us that this is coming over the last couple of days or so. So, Nimesh, congratulations on that one as well. Well, let's talk about pharma, right? Biocon should be in focus, Zydus, and so will Dr. Reddy's be. Ekta is here with details on all of them. Ekta, good morning.
Morning. Well, I'll start with Biocon, which is in focus because they've received US FDA approval for 2 drugs. First is basically the generic version of Entresto, which is sacubitril and valsartan tablets. So that should be a positive, along with daptomycin injection from the US FDA. That's used for skin infections. Additionally, they've received an establishment inspection report for their greenfield API facility at Visakhapatnam, so they can start manufacturing for the US from that particular plant. Expect Biocon to be in the green. Zydus are expected to be in the red because they've received a warning letter for the injectable manufacturing facility at Jarod. They've said that it does not contain any data integrity violations. Dr. Reddy's expect that stock to be in the red because the National Medical Products Administration of China, the China regulator, has basically suspended the sale of Dr. Reddy's one particular drug in China. That is because after they inspected their FTO facility, FTO3 facility, they said that it did not meet their requirements in terms of good manufacturing practices. Separately, because of that, Dr. Reddy cannot participate in any central drug procurement activities till Feb of 2026 in China. So I expect the stock to be in the red.
Okay, but if regulatory hurdle in China for Dr. Reddy's, got that. Ekta, thanks very much. Let's actually quickly look at the recap of all the top stocks to watch, and I have the list right here with me. The ones that have positive news flow this morning are Maruti, TVS Motors, Hero Motocorp, Gujarat Gas, GSPL and Biocon. Stocks with negative news flow are Tata Motors, Eicher Motors, Zydus Life Sciences and Dr. Reddy's.